Alrighty then. Hey there guys, welcome on in, and welcome to Pikmin, a game that is very near and dear to my heart. I have a lot to go over as we get this started. Let me go ahead and first adjust this so that I can actually hear in both ears. There we go. Well, first and foremost, I'd like to mention that this is going to be the first video going up on my original channel. So I have a few things to go over to talk to you guys about what's been happening with me. You see, you guys may not have seen it, but I mentioned that I was going to start streaming on Twitch, and I did. I've been streaming for almost a year now, and it's been going great. I'm actually just on the edge of affiliate status, and I'm quite proud of that. It's not an amazing accomplishment by any means, but it makes me happy and I enjoy doing it. And I've been really enjoying making content for the first time in a long time, and it's been great. Unfortunately, though, a backup of all the games that I played through Doki Doki Literature Club, I played through all the first 3 Danganronpa games, although not the spin-off game. I played through Hollow Knight, I played through a bunch of stuff, and unfortunately, I was uploading it all to a secondary channel, and YouTube decided to cause me some trouble, and they deleted the channel. I don't know why. They won't tell me why. There were no warnings. They just deleted it, and they just said it. When I appealed for it, they said it wasn't a mistake, that it's staying on. So because of that, about 100 streams that I had backed up and ready for you guys was lost. And I'm sorry about that. But unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I can do. My original plan was to have videos going on both my original channel, like pre-recorded videos, not live videos going on my original channel, and have the live streams be something separate, to where you can kind of go to both if you want to, but if you're not into one or the other, then it won't overlap. That was the plan, and over time, my opinions have changed. I've gotten to where I really prefer streaming over pre-recorded videos by a significant margin. So, because of that, I've pretty much swapped to streaming full-time, and I wasn't sure how to approach that with the original channel. That's why there's been nothing on there for quite some time, despite the fact that I've been making content. Because of the deletion of my channel for uploading Twitch videos to, I'm not really sure where to move forward with, but I'm going to start by trying to play games that are non-controversial in any way whatsoever, so that there's no chance that YouTube's policies will have any problems with them. And an example of that I happen to know works is Pikmin. I've played through it before myself, and it's a very child-friendly game. It's very simple, and while I try to figure things out with YouTube, I'm going to try uploading to the main channel again. And because of that, I want to go get back to my classic style. And that means playing Nintendo games, and among other things, but that's what I want. So, this is the first time Twitch is meeting with YouTube. Hope you guys get along. A lot of my Twitch viewers never even saw my old YouTube channel, and a lot of my YouTube channel viewers didn't even know I had a Twitch. So, play nice, everybody. Hope you all get along. Let's get in and play some Pikmin. Oh, press start right. I pressed A thinking that'd be fine, but in a lot of older games, you actually did have to press start. Now, I am going to have to do a quick audio synchronization test, which, unfortunately, this is something that comes with the nature of Twitch. Because I can't be absolutely certain of how good my synchronization is. Alright, so one moment. So first of all, pressing A. Well, that's not going to do because that's too far off. So let's start off with now. Okay. That gives me a better idea. So the video feed is slightly ahead of my actual audio. That means I need to adjust it like so. It's only off by about 0.1 seconds, so it should be a very easy fix. Like so. And now we try this again. With 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, somehow that's even further off? Okay, maybe it's just inconsistent. Let's try that. All right, sorry for you, those of you tuning in live. I apologize. I'm having to audio synchronize. This is one of the problems with working with Tapage, but it's all I got for a capture card. So it comes with the territory of console games. So let's turn that down a wee bit. And 3, 2, 1, now. All right, 3, 2, 1, now. Why is that so far off? That's almost like a full second now. Am I making it worse somehow? Let's try doing it this way. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this correctly, but either way, 3, 2, oh wait, sorry, 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, no, I was somehow moving in the opposite direction. I guess my brain got a little bit mixed up there. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, let's get into some Pikmin. So as I mentioned, this is a game very near and dear to my heart. I grew up playing these games, and I need to mute that so it's not in the background. I grew up playing these games, and it was such a special part of it to me, despite the fact that I've been streaming for a year. All my sound effects are actually Pikmin related, and I've never even played Pikmin on this channel. Well, that being the Twitch channel. This is also going up on YouTube, but you know. Let's go ahead and get started. So, I let that go ahead and play out without talking over it, but we're arriving now at the impact site. Here we have our main character, Captain Olimar. If any of you know him who haven't played the games before, you might have seen him in Smash Bros, but that's about the only place he's really known other than here. This game series isn't exactly the most in the spotlight. Anyway, my name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I awoke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support system can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin by then, no. I'd better not think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. So, as we get into this, we can see we're kind of locked into a close camera perspective. Don't worry, that's not going to be what the entire game is. We have our damaged ship. We can press A to swing a little punch by the looks of it. And we have a little indicator we can move around. That's really what the control stick is moving, not the character. When the indicator reaches its edge, then if I keep pressing, I start running. Still, if we explore around the area here, find this large cardboard box, and if I recall, to the left of it, right over here, is this. A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up as if it were waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion too. So here we can see a little sprout coming out of the ground that it spat out. If we give it a moment, it becomes fully grown. And we have what is basically the tutorial here, explaining everything. The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. The sprout emits a strange light. It sways back and forth without the benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press A. Well, it's very convenient that you have a GameCube controller inside that pocket of yours, Olimar. Let's go ahead and do that and press A. Extraordinary. When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. I mean, plants are living creatures, but that's beside the point. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it and throw it with A, and I'll call it to my side with B. Perhaps it'll react to the C stick and X as well. So, your immediate response is like, I found an alien creature. I am trapped on a world where I am going to die if I don't move quickly. Find an alien creature, I want to research it. Okay, fair enough, curiosity. How do you want to research it? Immediately just throw it at a wall. That's your first response. Understandable, completely understandable. Yes, and this is explained the camera controls and all that. Zoom in and out, rotate the camera, Z to change the angle. Not important. What we do want to do immediately, though, is reset the camera angle to that. This is pretty much the default angle that this game is best played in. Now, you can see we can throw them. We can press B to whistle and call them back. Now, if we throw them at something, namely that, they latch on, and that pellet is now there. Now, it has a number 1 on it. It's red. It's logical enough. We throw something red at it. We got 1 out of 1. He carries it back to the onion, and we get 2 seeds. Astonishing. The onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. Yes, so these are known as pellet posies. They have a pellet on them. If you throw the Pikmin perfectly at the top of it, then they can just go ahead and grab on and instantly down it. Now I'm going to wait for this to pull out all of them. Well, actually, I may as well get started. Pull another, and we can pull another. You can just repeatedly press A, and you'll start plucking all of the Pikmin around here. So, like, as an example, these two are really far apart, but I can still just go ahead and, if I just mash the A button, I'll immediately go over to the nearest one and go for it. Now, as a little bit of a hidden mechanic that I'm not really going to show off here, if you leave the Pikmin in the ground for a while, they'll actually grow a bud and then eventually a flower. On this first day, you have infinite time, so if you really want to get the most out of this first day, you can wait around and gather as many Pikmin as possible and leave them in the ground until they're all flowers. There is a benefit to doing this. However, I don't want to waste your guys' time or mine, so as you can see, we have another pellet on the ground. This one has a 5. We throw 5 Pikmin onto it, and sure enough, that's enough for them to be able to lift it. They move slowly, and you can see there's actually a little bit more space on that pellet that more Pikmin could fit. If we did that, they would actually be able to move a bit faster, but it only requires the 5 to be able to get it. Now, there's still lots of areas around here where we can't actually access. If we zoom out a bit, we can try looking around. We can see there's another pellet up there. Recall, there's nothing up here. Yeah, nothing over there. And if you leave the Pikmin and you're not nearby when they complete a task, they'll just kind of start waiting around. So let's go ahead and keep things moving while those are sprouting. There was another pellet over here. What I'm going to do, to show you a bit of efficiency, I can't quite hit the top of that one for it to be perfect, so they're going to spend some time hitting it. Oh, sorry, I was a little too close there. They ran back to me, but these pellets can actually support 2 Pikmin on them. If you do that, they're a little bit faster. Now, that one should be finished sprouting around the time that I get back. You may notice that Pikmin are actually slower than you. You can hold A to hold one in your hand, and that actually forces them to come with you, which is a little bit faster. In case you want to get that first throw off immediately. I think that's about everything, though. So, we can see here that this box has a very convenient 10 on it. If you throw a Pikmin at it, they start pushing on it, but they only have 3 out of 10 so far. So let's go ahead and get these guys on it. No matter how many we throw at it, until we have all 10, nothing will happen. So let's go ahead and start plucking some more. believe this is all the Pikmin we can gather, at least from this area of the map for now. And those new sprouts have finished. And there we go. Now let's just go ahead and get 3, 4, 5. We could have put more on it, but it actually doesn't go any faster because this is a pre-rendered scene. So yeah, Pikmin go in groups, you press A to... Yeah, this is just telling everything that we've already gone over. We don't need to go over the controls more than once. And as you can see here, we have something. Amazing! There's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get back to the dolphin? Or how will I get it back to the dolphin? Yes, we have no chance of lifting this. Oh, but one of our Pikmin's already on it. He just latched on without me even giving him an order, which is not what I intended. You can see it requires 20 to lift. Well, we're going to need a few more Pikmin to do that. Let's go ahead and... let's go ahead and double up on a couple of these. By just tossing them like so. Yeah, that little guy unfortunately got discouraged because he couldn't find a space to latch on. But I think if we throw them back at the 5, they should find a way. Okay, one of them did. If they can't find an open space fast enough, they just kind of give up. Alright, little guy, let's go ahead and toss you on there. And you can stay there attempting to lift it for a while. As you can see, they're a little bit finicky with where they like to latch on, which can be a little annoying. This is remedied in the second game, but for now, it's something we got to deal with. There we go. More and more and more. There we go. Let's let a couple more sprout, and there. We should be good to basically start plucking. Oh, when many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I find it rather tedious. Yes, repeatedly tap A, I know. And when they are left alone and not following you, yes, they get to be a very pale color and bright. I didn't mention that part myself, but I figured that's better than just reading through the full tutorial every time something comes up. There we go. Oh. And that's actually enough Pikmin to be able to lift the thing, or the engine, so let's go ahead and get on that. By the way, as a little detail, if you go up to any ship part, you actually get a bit of different dialogue if you check it manually aside from that. It's pure luck that I found this piece first. With this, I can at least lift off. Now, instead of throwing them all individually, I'm going to show you. You can press the C stick to play a little trumpet, and that actually causes them to go in the direction of the C stick. Now, if I move them towards something with this, they immediately recognize it as a task, and they start carrying. Now, I want to point out, I'm actually going to leave one of these sprouts in the ground to show something. I'm going to take these ones, and I'm going to show that there's something kind of special when you leave a sprout in the ground. Because when we get this piece back to our ship, because yes, they're going to carry to the ship, not the onion, it'll end the day. We won't be able to come back here. Well, we could come back here any time, but I'm not going to. As it says, it's day 1. We've got 30 days, and I don't intend to waste any time at all. I want to show you guys as much content in this as possible, which means trying to get through it quickly. Now, I'm not the most efficient player. I am certainly not a speedrunner by any means. So I'm just going to be able to do what I can for you guys and show you everything that I manage. All right. And with that going in, you can see it appears on our ship. And with its engine back in place, that means power is somewhat restored, and the thing is arguably functional. It's only on fire a little bit. Oh, glorious. With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back towards home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. Indeed it does. Now, back in my original series, I would end the video off right here, just calling it good with one day, but this is a live stream. We're going to try to go through a few days, and I'm going to try to stream for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Now, you may notice I only have with me a few Pikmin, and those pale ones there were the ones that delivered it. They automatically go back to their onions as soon as the day ends, However, any you have with you will be sent back as well. Now, you want to make sure that they're at least in base or with you when you head out for the day, but because, for reasons that we'll go over later. Now, you may remember there was one we left in the ground, and it's still going to be down there. This is a pre-rendered scene, so you don't actually see it. But still. One day since impact. I have somehow managed to launch the dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface, or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. The dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hokotare. Oh, Hokotare. I never know what it's actually supposed to be pronounced. Is it supposed to be Hokotit? Is it supposed to be Hokotare? I really don't know. Either way, I'll probably go back and forth on a dozen different pronunciations throughout this entire playthrough, so we'll worry about that later. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore it tomorrow. There we go. We sprouted 25 Pikmin today, lost none in battle, left none behind. It says left none behind, but you can see we only have 24 in the onion. So that's a bit of what I was talking about, leaving one in the ground. But we'll worry about that later. For now though, let's go ahead and save and keep on moving. So, this is the area map. You can see actually the number of parts in the area. In the original, there's actually 2. We've already got one, and we don't have the other. Now, this area has significantly more. Let's go ahead and land in the Forest of Hope, because even if we went back to the impact site, we would get nothing out of it. There is nothing special for us there. We could sprout some more Pikmin, but that's about it. Also, this lovely music. I listen to this song on a regular basis. I love the music for the Forest of Hope. It's just plain pleasant. And that's a large thing about this game. While it is constantly on a clock, I never feel stressed with this game. It's very relaxing, very almost zen. I just love it. My dolphin has returned to the surface, along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I shall call the Pikmin out of the onion. And yes, all we need to do is go under here to the light. You can see it starts lighting up. And we can press A and choose how many Pikmin we want to call out. Let's go ahead and call out all of them. There's no reason not to. And you can see at the top there's now a timer of sorts going throughout the day. I'm going to try to be efficient here where I can. What I should really do is, I'm trying to explore my surroundings. You may see this pellet is yellow. Because it's not a matching color to our onion, we actually will not get anything... Oh, sorry, this little guy joined me. I didn't mean for that. We'll actually only get 1 Pikmin out of it instead of 2. Now, you can see a little patch of grass on the ground there. Let's set 2 of you to it. Then 2 more of you over there. And you can see actual wildlife outside now, which is going to be something we have to deal with. Now, I'm saying all my Pikmin to start working on that wall of roots there. They're going to have to break it down. As you can see, they've made a little bit of progress. Now, if you don't see them actually complete it, you'll still hear a sound. So you may notice there's a bit of nectar there on the ground. In fact, I'm going to try to call you guys over. And one of my Pikmin is now a flower. That means a bit of nectar was actually found. Oh, and these guys didn't find any, unfortunately. And the Pikmin drank it off screen. When Pikmin drinks nectar, they become a flower Pikmin immediately, regardless of whether they were a leaf or a bud before. Just instantly a flower. Now, unfortunately, we only got 1 nectar out of that and none out of the other. But the good news is, you can fit a lot of Pikmin onto 1 piece of nectar. It's a bit weird. 1 Pikmin can drink an entire thing. But if you line them up just right, you can get, I think, like 5 or 6 of them onto 1 piece. Another intriguing discovery. A local variety of grass produces a sort of yellow nectar. When the Pikmin drink this delicacy, they instantly mature into flowers. This apparent Pikmin favorite seems to be full of nutrition. Closer observation is needed to determine the strengths and peculiarities of these flower Pikmin. So, the first thing you need to know about them is they move as fast as you. I think actually slightly faster. But more importantly, that's actually the most important thing. But they also deal a bit more damage in combat, if I recall. Now, as you can see, we see wildlife, we kill wildlife. If we hadn't done that, this little guy can eat, I believe, up to 2 Pikmin at a time if he spots them. But with his corpse, we can create more. We take the bodies of our enemies back to our home as trophies and as food for the night. And oh god, you started moving immediately and I messed up. What I was trying to show you guys was if you throw just right, you can actually land a hit directly on top of them to instantly kill these ones. These enemies are known as dwarf bulborbs. Yep, that one landed directly on top, and you can see when they make that little woohoo sound, that means that you hit them directly on top and they die instantly. Not all enemies can do this, but a lot of them can, so it's something to keep in mind. Oh, I didn't mean to get that many of you guys on there, but alright. In fact, I'm going to need one of you guys come back, because we got a 10 pellet here, our first one. Let's go ahead and get all 10 of you guys on it, and we've got a lot more Pikmin on the way. And as you can see here, we have our first part. Why? It's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo. It has an unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival much easier. And if we check it, this should light things up. No more candles for me. Kind of amazing the idea of a spacefaring civilization actually bringing candles with them on a flight. But, you know, whatever it may be. It should be mentioned here that Olimar was actually just on vacation. He wasn't actually planning, he was just kind of hanging out and enjoying some time alone when he happened to crash by a nearby planet. That's basically the story of this game. That's also why no one's really aware of where he is. He was just kind of going out and being the sort of space cowboy, going out and exploring the wild reaches of space. Now, we've got those in place. I'm leaving the yellow ones on purpose and letting those Pikmin sprout for a little while, just because I don't really need them immediately. Let's go ahead and just get one at a time, and 5 of you can go up there. Now, I've been ignoring it so far, but you can see those enemies that are kind of snoring in the background. Those are Spotty Bulborbs is their name. You can see they stay asleep. In fact, we can actually get pretty close to them without trouble. Oh, but that Pikmin might get a little too close. No. We could actually just completely ignore this guy and get to work back here if we so chose. And there wouldn't be any trouble. I'm going to go ahead and actually get my Pikmin to work on that, and I want to come back with all of them that I can. Because ideally, when we're taking on enemies of that size, we want to have a full group as much as possible. And as you can see, we have 63 Pikmin on the field already. We're really getting up there in numbers quickly on this second day. But it's kind of an exponential thing. The more Pikmin you have, the more you can assign to jobs. The more you can assign to jobs, the more Pikmin you can get. And the more things you can do at once. This makes for a fascinating real-time strategy game where you don't have an overhead map, but everything is still going in real time and you have to keep track of it. I don't know, I just absolutely love the dynamic of this. We have to move ourselves around to be able to manipulate anything on the field, and yet the field is constantly moving without us. Like while we were there, there's a couple of red pellet posies that I'm not going to worry about yet. Yeah, they got a little bit of progress done, but I'm going to call them off. Now, there's 2 ways you can deal with a Spotty Bulborb. I always recommend approaching them from behind. You can start throwing at them immediately. If you have a small group, this is what I recommend, but if you have a group as large as this, you can actually just order them all onto his butt at the same time and literally bum rush him to take him out immediately. Now, he shook some of the Pikmin off there, and you may notice we actually have fewer flowers now. We have a couple of buds. That basically weakens the Pikmin. Takes 10 to carry this guy. How many do we get? Let's go ahead and get 2 more, and it'll be ready to go. And we get the rest of them right on here. But yes, that's the easiest way to deal with Spotty Bulborbs, is just to bum rush them and call it good. I want the rest of the way open because there's a few things I'd like to get done today. You know, as long as you're on the path of getting at least 1 part per day, you're pretty on track. And as you can see, we're already out, half out of time for the day. These days are very short, so be careful. Now, let's go ahead and get you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get this one enemy as well. Now, you may notice we heard a Pikmin screech, but he didn't... Oh, did he actually successfully get it? I don't know. Now, one thing to note, if that little guy had spotted us, it would have yelped for help and gotten the big one's attention, which could have been very problematic. Now, we gotta... Oh, Yep, my clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on, I must pay close attention to the sun meter on my monitor and choose my actions accordingly, so it's best for me to review the monitor's data. No, I know full well. It's pretty obvious. Got my health in the bottom left, Pikmin with me, total Pikmin in the field, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can see it all down there. It says 6. The far right one is Pikmin total Pikmin, including those in the onions. Let's get you off of that. And let's get all of you onto that. That requires 40 Pikmin to carry, so that gets them on track. Let's go ahead and get you to work as well, just to make sure everybody's working. There we go. We can get that part back with relative ease, and I can start plucking. Now let's see. Where do we go from here? We're going to have to take out that spotty bulborb to make more progress. I suppose I should show one other thing as well, while we're waiting on all those come in. There's a bundle of sticks over here that's going to be important for later, but it actually doesn't help us a whole lot to work on that now. Now, what I can do, I can show, if Pikmin go in water, they actually cannot swim. They will drown, but you can call them back to you, and they'll be perfectly okay. Now, why you guys are over here, I don't know. Sometimes Pikmin AI is weird. And there we go. We've got our second part, the Eternal Fuel Dynamo. Slotted into place. This should light things up, no more candles for me. Oh, it actually just said the same thing as before. Sometimes it has unique ones, I'm sure of that. Either way, let's go ahead and get you guys all together and start plucking. So, unfortunately, we've got all our Pikmin with us, so this isn't the best time to be plucking, but I want to have all of them out of the ground as soon as possible. And I'm actually going to put a few away for a reason that will become apparent in a moment. So, let's go ahead and let's go down to 50. 50 should be plenty for everything we need today. Oh, and we got one there, so we got 51 on us. Oh well, we'll live. Now, let's say I had lost track of that one little Pikmin. If that were the case, he would have been fine because he was still inside our landing area. If he hadn't been, however, well, I'm sure I'll get the chance to show that at some point. Now, I can see something actually on the ground there past this guy, but I want this guy taken out first, just to be safe. So let's go ahead and rush him again, and he goes down before he can possibly eat any of us, because if he had gotten a bite, he actually would have done some significant damage. And I'm actually going to show something real quick here. I'm going to put 4 of you on that. And let's touch this. You might have suspected this from before, because there's all these yellow pellets around. There is a yellow onion in this area, which means we now have access to yellow Pikmin, as you might have guessed. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to start taking these down while that sprout is sprouting. And there we go. The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance suggests this one has what, in some circles, would be considered very large ears. It looks like it may weigh less than others. In what other ways might it be different from the red Pikmin? No matter, they are obviously quite similar, so I shall call this one a Pikmin as well. So yes, we now have yellow Pikmin. So one thing to note about yellow Pikmin, for one thing, you can throw them at a significantly higher angle than other Pikmin. So if we do that, they come back. Oh, I don't remember. Oh, I don't think there's a button for it in this game to cycle through them. If I think it was added in later games. So we just go over to the little guy here. Let's see. I'm going to have to get a few more before I can be certain. Either way, you can see the yellow Pikmin carries it back to the yellow onion. Now, it's basically on a majority rule system. Let's say if I get 6 yellows on this spotty bulborb, then they will carry it back to the yellow onion, even if there's 4 reds. Was there a button for it? No, I don't think there's a button to cycle through Pikmin in this game, unfortunately. In later games, they make it easier for you to get your remaining Pikmin, but there is a way, if you press X, you dismiss them, and they don't do anything while you're doing this. Unfortunately, these red ones are going to be in the way enough to where that won't work. In fact, I should have gotten rid of them entirely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop them off here. Go ahead and let them rest. And I'm just trying to get as many yellow Pikmin as I can today. There we go. Oh, I didn't mean to get 2 of them on that. That's fine. Got all you little guys on the way. I'm going to actually intentionally put 2 onto this one, just for safety, to make sure that no red Pikmin will get on, because there's a maximum of 2 on the yellow pellets. If I recall, in general, a safe rule is the maximum that can go onto a single thing is double what its minimum is. There we go. Now we're in a much better position. We'll have over 6 yellows, so we'll be able to get that spotty Bulborb back here. I really should have left the dwarf Bulborb as well, just so I can get yellow population up, because red Pikmin are in a good place now. But when it comes down to it, I'm going to need a lot more yellow Pikmin than I'm going to need red Pikmin in this playthrough. There we go. Let's go ahead. Come on, start plucking. Yeah, you can see they're heading back now. And if you're having trouble getting over the limit, then you can always throw above the... Or if you're having trouble getting the majority rules thing going, then you can always throw above the limit to make sure that it'll get the number you want. Now, that's better. Let's go ahead and call all these guys back. And I want to show something here. These little rocks over here that are kind of glowing. You can notice yellow Pikmin grab onto them. These are bomb rocks. Very dangerous. Be very careful with them, but they are valuable. Why did they decide... the yellow Pikmin have picked up some kind of peculiar stones. Why did they decide to grab them? This action seems to be instinctive to the yellow Pikmin. But just what are these strange glowing stones? Brightly glowing cracks cover them. Perhaps these rocks indicate that there's these cracks indicate that there's some tremendous power locked away within. This merits further research. So you can see this wall is made of stone here. We can't actually break it no matter how much we try with regular old Pikmin. Guys, you wanna grab the bomb rocks? There you go. I guess I can just C-stick onto it. There we go. Okay, now if I grab a bomb rock Pikmin and throw it here, I'll try to throw 2 actually. It starts going off. Run, 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 run! Okay, he made it. Yep, the glowing rocks the yellow Pikmin picked up seem to be explosive stones. Perhaps I know these stones can be used as powerful weapons. The bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them. Yes. Here's the thing. What is it? But they should be able to blast open stone walls that block the pathways and may be able to use them against some of the wild creatures. Normally in this game, whenever you're hit with any sort of attack, there's a limit to how much damage it can do. Like, big mouth eating in the middle of your group of Pikmin, it can only take like 5 with it. Bomb rocks have no limit, so if one goes off in the middle of your entire group, you can lose 100 Pikmin at a time. Must be vigilant. Yeah, press X to dismiss Pikmin, and that's a good way to sort them. Okay, so that broke down that wall. Let's go ahead and... Yep. Let's get plucking. We're going to be out of time very, very soon. Okay, I'm actually going to leave a few of these guys in the ground because I can always come back for them later. Because there's bomb rocks right here as well, and I'd like to use these today while I have the chance. Make sure to get you guys out of there. Dismiss, and call you guys. I wouldn't recommend doing more than 2 at a time with this, because if they explode with the wrong timing, then your Pikmin die. Okay, I got at least that much. Let's call back the Pikmin because I don't want to risk anything. Oh, I think I made a mistake. Okay, no, they did not drop their bomb rocks. Okay, I think there's no Pikmin outside the base. I think we're good. So yeah, this is a countdown. When this time runs out, the day ends, and you leave no matter what. Make sure you have anything you care about on you. Okay. I don't think there's any stray Pikmin around, so I think we're good. Okay, I don't think I even left any in the ground that time. Awesome. So as we do this, it doesn't matter that the yellow Pikmin are so far away. They'll find their way back to their onion when we dismiss them like this. So, I think we're all good. We're going to find out, though, now. During this liftoff scene is when you find out if you left any Pikmin behind. If you made a mistake, you'll know right about now. Yep, we left none behind. Excellent. So as you can see, that little guy is pretty upset there. Or big guy, I guess. If we had left any behind, they always die. So that's something to keep in mind. However, if they're left underground, they're perfectly fine. They'll survive the night and be perfectly safe. Appears that many of my ship's parts have landed in this region. If I can just recover parts of my radar, I should be able to use the radar screen. That would be lovely. Yet, there seem to be many hostile life forms here. If I am attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to my ship. Stand firm and press A for repairs. Yep. Oh, that's weird. Normally when you get the yellow Pikmin, it always has the information about yellow Pikmin as a journal. Now, the journal in this is actually really dynamic based on what has happened. Oh, we did lose one in battle. It must have been against that dwarf Bulborb. It must have actually managed to kill it. That's unfortunate, but you can't save them all. Well, you can. Some people go through this game with a no-death run-through, and that is very impressive, but I have never done that because I'm not that patient, because I don't want to restart every day every time I make a mistake. Either way, though, even with yellow Pikmin, we could make a bit of progress in this area, but not that much. So we're not going to. We're just going to go right back in here. Back into the Forest of Hope, and you may have noticed the yellow onion followed us up just like the red one did, and now it fills in one of those 3 spots there, which might give you a little hint for later. So, the yellow onion has followed, and we're ready to start the day. Now, I think for today, I'm going to start out with, I think another 50 red Pikmin should be plenty. Actually, let's make it 70 red Pikmin. And then after the 70 reds, let's go ahead and fill in the rest with yellows. And there we go. We have 117 Pikmin total, most of them being reds, and I think a few of them, yeah, no, they didn't get stuck. Okay, let's go ahead and grab a flower Pikmin to start doing some plucking to start off the day. Oh, not a leaf Pikmin. I usually only leave about 2 of them at it because that's about all they need. Come on. Little precision here. There we go. Once you grab one, they actually line up correctly, so you're going to grab more of the same type next, most likely, if you give them a second. There we go. That'll help us get a lot more flowers going. Let's go ahead and set you to work there. You following us? No. Okay, I always get mixed up between games. I know in later games, they'll just go and grab that pellet immediately if you do that. Oh, wow. That guy went way further than I intended. Okay. You know what? I'm getting stuck here in one of the dumbest ways I can. There we go. That's done. Got those. Got you. And now we've got significantly more nectar that we can work with. Now you may notice, no more than 100 Pikmin are coming. When 100 Pikmin are in the field, new Pikmin are immediately stored in an onion, which means you don't have to pluck them, which saves you a lot of time. I highly recommend keeping 100 Pikmin in the field at all times if you can manage it. There we go. A lot more flowers. Ideally, you'll be going around with 100 flowers, but that's not always feasible. In fact, it's very rarely feasible because they tend to lose their flowers fairly easily as soon as they're in combat. Now, there's a couple other differences between red and yellow Pikmin that I haven't mentioned yet. For one thing, reds actually deal 20% more damage in battle, which is very useful. And reds also have one other bonus to them that I haven't mentioned yet. Overall, reds are probably your most useful standard Pikmin you're going to go with in almost every situation. However, yellows have the ability to go high up, and of course, they can pick up bomb rocks. Oh, hello! And I didn't know you were here. I didn't know one of these spawned here. That is an iridescent flint beetle. It's basically a running treasure chest. Oh god, I threw bombs. I made a horrible mistake. Okay. Yeah, hitting an iridescent flint beetle is in your best interest because it drops lots of goodies. Oh, it left, so we managed to get a fair amount out of it. Oh, that was a waste by only letting 2 get that. Well, we got some more nectar, at least, out of this, and we unfortunately wasted 2 bombs, and the rest of the nectar disappeared. Oh, well. Can't win them all. Let's go ahead and just get you guys on that and get as many more as we can. Let's go ahead and knock down these pellet posies. That hardly matters, though. Okay, let's go ahead and just keep moving. Oh, you guys are stuck there. And, because why not, let's go ahead and have one of these yellows, or not a bomb, anything but a bomb, get to there. Okay, yeah, red, whatever. So, we don't have that many bombs left. We've still got 3, which is good, but not ideal. There we go. You have to be really careful when traveling with bombs, because your Pikmin really, really want to use them. And you don't necessarily want that yourself. Okay, luckily these bombs respawn. That's part of why I wanted to get them used today. Ideally, I'd have these Pikmin on a task that would be passive. Actually, you know, I think I'm going to set about 10 of them to work on this bundle of sticks over here. Also, you can see some little wollywogs, or wog poles is what those are called. The little tadpoles inside there. There we go. Let's get about 10 or so of you. I didn't actually count. And there we go. Now what we need is to set some bombs. You may have noticed there's actually a stone wall in our base. I believe this one's a bit tougher. Let's try throwing 2 bombs at it just to test. Okay, no, it's not any tougher. It just requires 3 bombs to knock this down. Now let's... Oh, ooh, I did not mean to dismiss. I meant to press Y for the map. Oh, which doesn't actually tell us anything without the radar. I didn't know that. I thought it was... still able to do things, just not tell us where the treasure, or where the items were. Okay, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna dismiss, and I'm gonna grab all the Pikmin I can, except for the bombs. Don't really want any bombs coming along with you. Alright, you know what? I may as well show how bombs are used in combat. If I throw this little guy in here, he's going... Oh, why did you guys attack that? Yeah. Yeah, you can see bombs hit for a lot of damage, but aren't a perfect solution. Oh, guys, run! Okay. Whew, that was almost bad. Now, he's just going to go back, and he's going to go right back to sleep, unless we're too close. Never mind. Yeah, then he's going to chase as far as he can, and then he's going to leave us alone. Okay. That was less than ideal, but at least I got to show off how bombs work. Let's leave these bombs in the base, where they're not going to be at risk of being in the way or causing trouble. And if I forget about them by the end of the day, then they'll just, you know, rest. Or they'll still be able to get home safe. Now, you can see this area up here is higher up, and there's a 20 pellet up there, our first one. We can send 20 yellow Pikmin up there. Reds would not be able to reach this no matter what we did. I think that should be enough. Oh, 2 more. Anyhow, you can see this guy is regenerating here. We don't want that. Let's bum rush him and call it done. Okay, and 10. There we go. We got 10 on that. I said we had 10 on that. Go on. Now, we have a new item over there, or a new ship part over there. Oh, and we have new enemies here. These are a type of grub that I can't remember the name of, that are very dangerous, actually. The purple ones are the purple ones are dangerous. The pink ones are actually harmless, so I wouldn't worry about them. You want to try to hit these guys on top of the head as often as you can, because if the purple ones manage to catch a Pikmin in their mouth, then you cannot save that Pikmin. Like, no matter how quickly you kill them, that Pikmin will die. Alright, let's just go ahead and get Pikmin on all of this as much as possible. Now, these guys are otherwise harmless. Like, the pink ones are harmless, but they are still worth killing because they are, you know, still more resources to gather. Come on, let me throw a thing. Come on, get to work. Alright, let's get all you guys on that. I don't really care if it's not perfectly efficient. But yeah, that stone wall you can see is darker, which usually indicates it takes more to get. Oh, we don't have quite enough Pikmin to get started on this yet. In fact, I just need 1 more. You don't need to take back that so much as I need this treasure to get to work on. That little doo-doo-doo-doo sound indicates a job finished, which means that bundle of sticks is done being worked on. So while all this is being carried back, we'll get to work on that, and there are stray Pikmin here. That's not good. Oh, I didn't actually get to look at that particular ship part to see what it was. That is the radar, and I'd like to show off the text that goes along with it if I can, but I want to gather these guys here first. You can see they use that bundle of sticks to build a bridge. It's very nice, it's very useful. Doesn't actually take us to anywhere we need to be yet, though. Like, over there is just a couple more pellet posies, and it doesn't do anything else for us. Okay, there we go. Got our Pikmin back. You are stuck there for some reason. And I'm going to need you bombs to come with me. So, let's go ahead and take a look at it here. It's my whimsical radar. With this, I'll be able to see all nearby ship parts with a single glance. Just press Y, and finding this makes things a lot easier and fills me with great hope. Now, let's go ahead and have about 20 or so of you get to work here, just so that has work getting done on it. And the bombs that we have with us could be used to take down those root walls as well significantly faster. Although I have other uses for the bombs today, so I'm not actually going to do that. There we go. Whimsical radar acquired. This important part can detect the locations of other missing parts. The radar will be added to my monitor. I can use C to zoom, blah, 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 instructions. Just 2 more and we'll be able to unlock a new area. Let's see if we can't do that today, shall we? Now, let's separate you guys out. Get just the bombs. And... oh, I did not mean to throw 3 there. Go on, back up, back up, back up. Okay, no one was too close. As you can see, that wasn't enough to... even 3 bombs was only lowered at 1 level. So it's going to take 3 bombs per level of this thing. Oh, maybe more, actually. Wait, no, it is going to take 3 bombs, I think. Well, let's go ahead and get these 3 here. Hopefully that'll be enough. Because we wasted a couple today. I'd hate to not be able to pull this off just because I wasted a couple early in the day. That would suck. Now, let's separate you guys out. Alright. Hopefully 3 will be enough to get this done. Alright. Threw them quickly there so they can all get out of the way. Nope, that's not enough to break it down. Alrighty, that changes things. I don't think there's any more bombs around here, though. Nope, none in there. Hey, did one of you guys get stuck around behind there? You did. If they get too far away from you, they'll stay stuck there and die at night. So be aware of that whenever you're managing your Pikmin. Alright, we might be limited in what we can accomplish today then. Yeah, we can't actually get that 1 more part to be able to explore a new area at come morning. Alrighty. Well, oh, not who I wanted. Come on, give me a red. They'll get to work on that. We still have 100 in the field, so we're golden. These pellet posies have finished growing. You may have noticed the little ones earlier were not fully sprouted yet. There we go. Trying to get what I can where I can. Okay, come on, little guys. There we go. Oh, and here we have a new enemy. I believe it's called a... I actually don't remember what this enemy is called at all. Unfortunately, those two managed to get it. They carry nectar in their eggs that they carry through the sky. You just have to hit them, and you get basically a bit of nectar that falls on the ground. Completely harmless. We're just kind of ruining their day for no reason other than our own selfish desires. But hey, that's what a lot of this game's about. Now, we've got all these Pikmin at base. I don't think there's any out in the field, at least none that I intentionally left out in the field. Oh, not what I intended. There we go. Come on. There we go. Grab you there. You guys get to work there. Is there anything left? I don't know why you are all here. Oh, another one of those little nectar guys. Got them. And it landed in the middle of us. Luckily, a lot of our Pikmin latched onto that, so it wasn't a total waste. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't have enough. We can still break this down before the end of the day easily. And there's technically an area that you may have noticed by where we first discovered the yellow Pikmin that we could explore, but we won't get a whole lot out of that today. Like, we could just take out the enemies in there, but they'll respawn in time, and I see a stray Pikmin. Okay, come with me, little buddy. While they're working on that, let's go ahead and retrieve this guy. Usually a good way to know exactly how many Pikmin you have and how many are missing is to have them all directly on you if possible at the end of the day. Let's go ahead and get you on this. Yeah, let's go ahead and have you guys just get to work. You should... Oh, nope, you didn't. Come on. On it you go. Go ahead and have both of you carry that back. Just to make sure you make it back on time. I just don't think I heard that job get done, unfortunately. Oh, I did. Alright, so we can get these guys here, and then there should be 98 on us now. Ooh, 96. I am missing Pikmin somewhere. Oh, no. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to dismiss these guys in the base just to make sure they're somewhere safe so that they don't get left behind. Oh, come on. Oh, can I look at my map? Okay, there's one there. Oh, and I don't see the other. God, where is he? Oh, he's way over there. Alright, little guy, come on. No Pikmin left behind if we can. Oh, I hope the other guy is in the base and I somehow just missed him. I think he might have been. I didn't see him anywhere else on the map we wanted to be. Alright, little guy, you follow orders. Follow your brethren. Get inside there. Hey, Alexis. Welcome to the stream. I didn't actually see your message there until now because chat's been pretty dead today. It's a bit weird. Yeah, that was definitely a close call. Nearly left that guy behind. Let's see if that one that's unaccounted for was in the base. Looks like he was. We're all clear. That's a relief. Okay, still haven't left any Pikmin behind, aside from that one on the first day that I intentionally left underground. 3 days since impact. I now add yellow Pikmin to my list of discoveries. These creatures can wield bomb rocks. You discovered yellow Pikmin yesterday, Olimar, but whatever you say. So perhaps I can use them to blast down rock walls and open up new regions. Red and yellow Pikmin as well as bomb rock carriers break into squads. Yeah, we know all about that. Alright, we've got a pretty good population now. I like to have at least 100 of every type of Pikmin when I can. Yellows, though, are pretty low priority for that. You think those big dogs eat them if you leave them behind? Yes, they do. Those are called spotty bulborbs, Alexis. They absolutely will eat them if you leave them behind. In fact, different creatures will eat them based on what region you're in. Either way, we didn't get quite enough to unlock the new area because I unfortunately wasted a couple of bomb rocks early in the day, so we weren't able to get that piece that's behind a rock wall. So, yeah, yesterday was we've done 3 one-part days in a row. I am being very, very inefficient. I guess that's what comes with constant commentary and playing several days in a row on stream, though. And here we go, settling back in. I think we'll do fine with... Let's go with 20 yellows and maybe 80 reds today. Yeah, that should be plenty. Alright, come on, guys. Off we go. Okay, those are pretty much all flowers, which helps a lot. And come on, all the way to the edge. Alright. Oh, nope, not what I wanted. Let's get a bit of nectar going just because that grass keeps regrowing, and we want as many flowers as we can get. And yeah, we should be getting into the leaf Pikmin now. Not that many leaves. We've almost got entirely flowers, which should help us be much faster today. Now, you can see enemies don't actually respawn overnight, but they will over the course of a couple of days. So because of that, this whole area is pretty much open to us. Now, I think what we're going to do immediately is head out and try to get whatever bomb rocks we can. As you can see, they don't always respawn, though. The ones usually inside like these cans and such are pretty consistent, but those 3 we got on the first day and the second day are no longer here. Okay, that should be all of you guys. And let's try to get a few more here. Yeah, we got a few more here. Believe that should be everything there. Oh, and another iridescent flint beetle. This time I'm going to make a point of grabbing red Pikmin before I start throwing. Come on, little guy. Come on. Let's see if we can't get more out of you. It's a bit hard to hit directly because they run at random intervals, and flying through the air takes time. Oh, he went into the ground with that last one. And unfortunately, the nectar was mostly wasted because only a couple Pikmin got to eat it. Or drink it, rather. Oh, not what I wanted, not what I wanted. Okay, so important detail. Oh, I did it wrong. I was trying to whistle back too quickly. When you throw a bomb Pikmin, and don't dismiss them, but throw them, you have to call them back by touching them, because if you whistle for them, they will just drop their bomb and come back to you. Very important detail. Don't get that mixed up. It can cost you your entire army. I'm serious. Don't mess that up. Either way, I believe we now have 100% flowers, so we're ready to set out. We opened that root wall yesterday. By the way, root walls do not come back at any point in time. Neither do stone walls, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and get over to here. Oh, they're attacking those again. Don't want them doing that because that wastes the pellets. Okay. Let's grab... I think 2 of you should be enough to knock this down. There we go. Now, when they're dismissed like this, it's perfectly safe to whistle them. Just not at other times. Bomb rocks are a dangerous thing to manage. 7... Oh, this requires 30. I thought this required only 15 for some reason. Alright. That ought to do it. And this is the Extraordinary Bolt. I bought this incredible bolt because the salesman told me it is of extraordinary quality and that it is indiscernible to the average person. Exactly what makes it so extraordinary is a secret. But just look at it. Extraordinary. Well, apparently this Extraordinary Bolt is actually important because I believe it is actually a required part to beat the game. Oh, and Alexis, sorry, I keep on forgetting to look because this game is timed so I don't spend as much time looking at chat. Yes, this is going to be a new series. I'd like to play through this entire game, which shouldn't take that long. It'll probably be like probably a 3-stream game. But I'd like to play through the entire Pikmin series. This one is very short, though. There's 30 days maximum, but usually I beat it in about 18 or so. So yeah. I was going to say, though, there are non-required parts in this game that you should be aware of. We're going to be getting every part in this playthrough, of course, just because, you know, that's part of the fun, and there's no real reason not to. There we go, got that one. Now let's get around behind the spotty bulb. Oh, yes, you guys go ahead and do that. Don't wake him up, don't wake him up. Oh, yes, he yelped. It was silent, but he yelped. Oh, God, oh, God. Oh, bad timing on the Extraordinary Bolt. Oh, you play Pikmin 3, but not only the first few levels. That's understandable. The first few games are very different from Pikmin 3. I think 3 had the best overall balancing of the series, although it had a few stumbling points as well. This game, though, I'd say it's the most pure Pikmin experience. It is certainly not the hardest. In some ways it's the hardest, in some ways it's not. But either way. Yeah, this bolt's bolt holds the kind of value that only a true connoisseur can understand. But, yeah, honestly, I think all 3 games are very worth playing for different reasons. Now, recovered 4, just need 1 more to see such ship's capabilities. Okay, get behind there. Okay, good. He didn't follow. Luckily, we can... Let's just stay back here to make sure that he de-aggroes. Okay, he's going back to sleep. And here we have the Nova Blaster. I remember this one's name off the top of my head. This emits a dazzling burst of light capable of destroying almost anything. It's not exactly sure about this, but the promotional brochure claims that its blast can travel in the currents of space-time, smashing through stars and into the rifts of space. And yet it couldn't stop us from hitting a simple meteor at the start of this game where we crash-landed. If Pikmin 3 was on Switch, I think it's... Yes, honestly, I want them to release a Pikmin trilogy on Switch. That would be fantastic and wouldn't be that hard to port. I don't know why they haven't done it already. Just, Nintendo, please get on that. I would buy it. Here's the thing. I bought the original games, Pikmin 1 and 2 on the GameCube. I bought them again when they were re-released on the Wii. I bought Pikmin 3 on the Wii U. I will buy these games for a 3rd time on the Switch if I had the opportunity. Oh, another iridescent, another flint beetle. But I'm not going to mess with that. Okay, maybe 1 hit. Managed to do that without waking him up. Alright, now let's go for the Bum Rush. Okay, that cost us... Oh, did we actually... Oh, no, we did lose a couple of flowers, but they're at least buds, which means they're fine. Alright, and we got some more Bomb Rocks here, but I don't think we have anywhere we can actually use them. Either way, the Nova Blaster, I think, is actually an optional part off the top of my head. Let's go ahead and take it back regardless, though, just because it'll still expand our reach with our ship. Let's see. 2 of you there. 3 of you there. And let's just set the rest of you on this. Oh, got one little guy left over. Oh, two little guys. Okay. Let's get one of you there. And I think there's actually a pellet being pushed by those corpses that isn't being transported properly. You may as well grab a bomb rock. Now up there you can see there's another part, but we can't get up this gap. But there are options with that. Don't worry, there are options. So, do we have a barrier there in the water we can't do anything with? Let's see, I think Pikmin is one of the lower selling IPs, that's probably why. You say that, but they actually have confirmed that Pikmin 4 has been in development for quite some time. It was supposedly almost done like 4 years ago, but I'm betting they delayed it for Switch and that took some time. Oh well. Oh, yep, would you look at that? I was thinking, oh look, 2 new people in the chat. Well, why don't I go welcome them in? Yeah, you guys can just go away, thank you very much. And banned. And banned. There we go. Taken care of. Don't worry about them. They are a non-threat. Oh, whoops. I brought that up by mistake. Sorry about that. Let me just close that down. Sorry. It's recording my second monitor at the moment, so when that happens, you can bring those up. You got to see a little picture of Oxygen Not Included that I was looking at earlier, though. I've thought about playing that game on stream as well. This weapon of such incredible destructive force, it can blast stars in tiny pieces. It has a strange allure. And yeah, and now our ship has enough parts, and you can see it actually kind of bugged out there because there's yeah, it just glows a little bit, doesn't actually change any, but now we can explore a lot wider area. But yeah, you could see during the cutscene there that there were a few Pikmin carrying a corpse and the corpse was invisible. That's a little leftover side effect of this game sometimes. Oh, and it looks like we did lose a couple of Pikmin at some point. Because there's a couple of sprouts here. Don't know when we lost them. Oh, and actually just one sprout, because the other one's right here. No, hello? I would like to get you for your nectar. Oh, I should have had yellow Pikmin at the ready for this, because they could actually hit up that high. There we go, gotcha. Now, we should have a few buds as well as some leaves, so let's go ahead and get them flowered up. There we go. Alright, now, there's not a whole lot extra we can do today aside from get what's over here. Now, there's a gap that we can't climb up, but we can throw Pikmin up there, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw as many as I can manage safely, because as you can see, they're starting to crowd up there and push each other off. But I do want red Pikmin for this if I can. I could get a bit of momentum going to transport them a bit more safely, but I don't think that's entirely necessary. Also, these bomb rocks are probably going to go to waste, so let's just go ahead and take a tiny shortcut here. This little hole here can be used to travel through. You just kind of have to direct your Pikmin through it. It's not a real shortcut, really, but it helps a little bit sometimes. Either way, let's go ahead and dismiss you guys here because I don't want anyone following me. Now, the way you get up to that little location is right here through the water. You can see this route. You wish Twitch to do something about the bots? Yeah, I wish so too, but unfortunately, only so much they can do, and I'm sure they have bigger priorities. Which doesn't mean I approve of what they're doing, but, you know. What are you going to do? Also, we have here one more part, the shock absorber. This apparatus counteracts the shaking and swaying that normally occurs during flight. It's smooth sailing with this in place, usually. But first, we got another spotty bulb orb here, which we are going to rush as quick as we can. Hopefully that'll be enough before he manages to eat. Okay, good, good. Well, we got him. We got 53 Pikmin up here. Let's make sure we have enough for this. We have more than enough. Let's go ahead and get 30 on this. They'll start carrying it back. There we go. 31, sure. And yeah, let's just go ahead and have the rest get to work and split their job between them. Did I leave any here? I did. I thought so. I thought a few might have slid off while I was traveling between. And I heard one Pikmin get frustrated over here? No, I didn't. Okay, they're good. We're all set. So, with that said, let's just go ahead and call all these guys here and head back to base this away. We can't do anything about that one in the water. May as well get some pellet posies going. Unfortunately, it's the wrong color, but whatever. Not the end of the world. That means it's just not perfect. Pikmin do die in the water. They cannot swim. They will drown after a few seconds if you do not get them back to shore. That's why I have to be very careful. Either way, that's the shock absorber. This nifty little device counteracts the shaking and swaying experience in typical spaceflight. So we have 6 pieces total. We need 6 more, though, if we want to increase the dolphin's abilities even further. Alrighty, I think that's about the limits. By the way, fun little fact about the beta. In the beta, all Pikmin could actually use bomb rocks, not just yellow Pikmin. There's actually sprites still in the game that show this. Got that there. And let's go ahead and flower up as many as we can off that. Only 3, oh well. Yeah, in Pikmin 3, actually, all Pikmin can use bomb rocks, just about. I think Pink Pikmin can't, but that's just off the top of my head. But, yeah, that was a thing to make yellow Pikmin more distinct in this version, because originally all they had that was different is they could be thrown slightly higher, which almost never actually comes up. Now, I think what we're going to do with these remaining bomb rocks... Oh, there's a yellow pellet posy over there that we can go ahead and get going back with no real effort. I think what we're going to do here before the day ends, because we can't actually reach anywhere new, I'm just going to go bomb crazy and try to take out this whole area here with bomb rocks. And go ahead, toss... Oh, only one of you decided to throw. Why did you do that? Oh, run for... Oh, no. Oh, that's bad. Whichever one of you yellows failed to throw your rock, you just cost your comrades their lives. There we go. Oh no. I made a terrible mistake. I panicked. How did you not take damage there? Oh, and one of my Pikmin exploded. Oh, run for it. Okay, that bomb's gonna take him out. Okay, this is why you don't use bomb rocks in combat 90% of the time. They are way too risky. And unreliable. Alrighty, now, I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna... just toss a couple of you guys there. See what happens. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the rest of you out of there. Come on. Let's see if he can't manage to get in that last toss that we need. So it looks like only one will actually target an enemy at a time. Run away! And there we go. Easy. Simple enough. Definitely didn't cost us the life of one precious Pikmin. May he rest in peace. Now, you can see another cardboard box here, but unfortunately it's surrounded by water. If you do this just right, you can actually toss Pikmin with a bit of momentum over there and do this today. In fact, I think I'm going to try to do that. I think it's easiest with yellows, if I remember correctly. We don't really have anything else we're doing today, so I don't see any reason why not. So you just get a bit of momentum going and toss. And they go past. See? Okay, let's... If you do it wrong, though, they'll fall in the water and die. Now, this isn't the intended way you're supposed to be able to do this, but it's not a hard way. Oh. Okay. Just have to be careful not to whistle any of those on the other side. If they do, they will fall in the water trying to get back and almost certainly die. Okay, there we go. We did it. We managed to get that and sequence break a little bit and get that box ahead of when we're supposed to be able to. Now, as for what's over there, let me make sure there's no Pikmin, no stray Pikmin. There's a couple in the ground I'd like to pluck, but I don't think that's going to happen today, so I'm not going to. Let's go ahead and get all you little guys back. Now, getting across this area is a bit narrow. And I'm not going to, but I can tell you right now, there's actually a special fight for us over there, as well as a ship part. And we can't bring it back anyway today, so I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, let's see. What did I say? Oh, Lightning Archer. Welcome to the chat. Glad to have you here. Hope you're enjoying. We're just finishing up day 4. We got all the parts we possibly can in the Forest of Hope for now. And technically, we could not have possibly gotten more parts here. Let's just go ahead and get to plucking. Try to get a couple of these guys out before day ends. And one more. Got him. Alrighty. Well, we had all 100 Pikmin with us, so we're actually whistling all 100 back for the first time today. First time in this playthrough. Before we had a few just kind of lazing around, but now we got all of them. And I can say with some degree of certainty that none of them will die, I think. Either way, starting tomorrow, we get to explore a brand new area. And no Pikmin left behind. Fantastic. We've managed to maintain that streak, even if we have lost a few to combat. I'm glad you're a fan of this game, Lightning or Archer. I'm not sure what I should call you. Either way, this is one of the games of my childhood. I absolutely adore it. 4 days since impact. With its newly increased functions, the dolphin now lifts higher into the planet's atmosphere. I see a great depression in the woods beneath me. It looks like a belly button in the vast forest. Now that my ship is more stable, I should be able to set it down there. Fantastic. Well, let's go ahead and set down. Well, we'll do that in the morning. Overall, Pikmin populations... Yellow was stagnant today, so it seems we lost yellows in combat, but we did sprout a couple more. Reds have gone up significantly, though. This is our first day where we actually managed to get more than one part in a day. As yesterday, unfortunately, I was terrible with my efficiency. Oh, you like to play Olimar in Smash Bros? Yeah, Olimar is actually one of my main characters I play in Smash. I'd say he's probably my 3rd most played character. You can turn on followers only mode to prevent the bots. I mean, I could do that, Alexis. But right now, it's really not a big deal. The way I figure, I want new people who come in, like Lightning here, wouldn't have been able to chat with me. I wouldn't have even known Lightning was chatting if I had follower only mode on. So I'm not going to bother with that. I like to have new people feel welcome. Now, if it was a bit more complex and, let's say I had a lot more people chatting and it would be harder for me to keep track of and I couldn't just glance at the chat and take care of it myself easily, then yeah, that might be a thing. Then again, I would just have moderators at that point who would probably be able to handle it for me. I want this chat to be as inclusive as possible. Oh no! Lightning Archer is a bot after all! Beep boop, we must ban! Either way, we actually managed to get almost all the parts in that area. There's only 3 left there. We should be able to crack those all out in one day soon. Either way, though, next up is the Forest Navel. Let's go ahead and set down there. This area is a place I love aesthetically. It is fantastic. And if I recall, one of the challenge maps is actually a smaller version of the Forest Navel in Pikmin 3. It's something that is kind of hidden, and not directly apparent. You leave streams that have chat requirements? I don't blame you, Lightning. I like to feel included whenever I'm watching a stream. It would suck if I couldn't chat with a streamer I liked. Now, I think we're going to go with the... Let's go ahead and just start with 60 reds for now. Maybe 10 yellows? 10 should be plenty for what I need today. I want to make sure I have all flowers, because this area is a lot more complex, and frankly, I don't remember it perfectly as everything else. I just want to get these guys to work on a task or two before getting on to something else. Now, I'm going to go ahead and have one of you get to work. Oh, and one of you here. Hey, you're not supposed to be breaking those down. No, stop it. Alright. So, as you can see, there's a little area where we can slide in here, where we could get back up to base. And there's another shortcut here that we could use. But getting around this area is a bit different. Like, there's a lot of roundabout ways, and figuring out how to be efficient is not as simple as it might appear at first. There's rock walls in the way, which we can break down, but they're not required. This is one thing that is required, though. Oh, I did not want you guys to all just start on that. Let's get the yellows off there, but I do want... Oh, and here we have a new enemy type. A bread bug. Bread bugs are obnoxious little guys that the Pikmin community seems to be obsessed with for some reason. You can only damage them with direct hits directly onto their head. So, well, there's technically one other way you can damage them, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. I'm going to go ahead and let him roam free because he's relatively harmless. I think technically in this game he's qualified as a boss, as weird as that sounds. Oh, I think I had a few drop down there. Okay, we're all good. But he's actually harmless, mostly. He'll get in your way, but that's about it. Either way, those guys are there. I'm going to go ahead and set all you guys I can to this. You can see as that builds, they actually will go and climb up there. Now that we got a little bit going passively, I want to start on the meat of today. Ooh, actually, you know, I'm going to grab maybe 6 Pikmin. Yeah, that's fine. It won't be enough to cause some problems. As you can see, there's a part over there. I don't want them to fully collect it, though. You have to get them started on that. They use the stick to get over to it. But if they start transporting it back, they won't actually be able to get back. And plus, there's enemies here, as you can see. Actually, let's go ahead and forget about that. These enemies need to be taken care of before anything else. Oh, no you don't. Don't you go back there. Oh, no, no, no. He's going to die. Oh. Okay. Well, that was taken care of. Oh, I can't see. I can't see. Okay. As you can see, these are winged shear grubs. Shear grubs. That's what these enemies were called. These ones are winged, though. So they are problem... Oh, you little... No. Okay. This is what bread bugs do. They carry your stuff away. Which I don't want them to do that. And I would actually like... Ideally... For that... Okay, let's go ahead and let this happen, actually. These guys will carry it back. If Pikmin carry back something that Breadbug is trying to grab, then it will actually damage the Breadbug. Huge stream, in my opinion, or getting boss down. Yep, that makes sense. Sorry, I'm reading through the chat because I was working on that. That's one of the issues with being a huge streamer. You need slow mode or sub only, something to be able to chat with the viewers. Yeah, that's one thing that sucks about getting big that I've seen happen to a lot of people. But what can you do? Either way, though, as you can see here, we have another onion. This one blue and in the middle of the water. I'm guessing this is something y'all could have seen coming if you haven't played the game before, but yes, there are Pikmin that can survive in the water. Why did it say... Come on. Drag him away. There you go. And as you can see, we now have a new Pikmin. Survives in the water just fine, and that's what these ones do. Blue Pikmin are able to survive in the water. That's about all they do, though. And this one appears to be a set of gills. It looks like a mouth to me, but if you say gills, whatever you say. This trait suggests to me that this blue type of Pikmin can enter the water without trouble whatsoever. There's only one way to find out. Well, considering it's already in the water, I think we've already tried that one way. Let's go ahead and get you to work on that. Now, what I'd like to do is get that bread bug murdered here, if I can. Oh, where'd it go? Did he already get back? Oh, it sounds like something's finished up. Alright, whatever. You guys get to work on this. Ah, the bridge down there is done, so I'll get that taken care of. Now, blue Pikmin are one of those ones I want to have as many of as possible. Okay, you guys all get off of there. Where is that bread bug? Is it not getting dragged back? Oh, I think it got away. Ooh, that might be bad, actually. Did we lose a Pikmin? I didn't see. I'm a bit worried about that now because I'm unsure. Either way, I want to get these guys gathered up and start breaking down this wall so we can have that going. There we go. You guys should get to work on that, and I can get back to the blues and trying to get their population going. Let's go ahead and get you on that. As you can imagine, the pellet posy rule still counts for all of this. If it's a matching color, you get 2. If it's not a matching color, you only get 1. If I recall, with 5 pellets, that rule is somewhat still true, except you don't get double with 5 pellets. You get 5 with 5 pellets. I think if you have a wrong color, though, it will give only 3 off the top of my head. It's been a while. I'm not sure. Ah, there we go. Next couple sprouts coming up. Okay, that wall finished up. There's only so efficient I can be with this because I'm not an expert on this area. So I apologize if this is a little bit painful to watch. I just want to get these blue Pikmin going as much as possible right now. Now, I think that should be about it. Let's go ahead and take these guys over and get them on these corpses. Oh. Ooh, this might be an opportunity. Come on, Breadbug. You know you smell it. Come and get it. Come and get it, little guy. Perfect. Now, if we can just get them both on it. There we go. Now we're outnumbering his strength. We're going to drag him back, and we can get this Breadbug at the same time. That would be ideal. Not an expert? Yeah. Oh, jeez. Speaking of not an expert, a red Pikmin just went into that water trying to help them. Pikmin are not the brightest. They're like children you have to keep track of, so keep that in mind. Although, I can show you one thing kind of neat. Oh, you can see that killed the Breadbug, and that actually spawned a part for us. Thank goodness, my space float. This float is an absolute necessity for any pilot who lacks skill at swimming in space. Despite saying that, I'm pretty sure it's actually an optional part. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I made yet another Pikmin-related discovery. Yes, we know that. You went over this. We know 100 is the limit. Alright, whatever. Either way, this should be fine. And now that we have this many blue Pikmin, I feel a lot more confident getting started on everything else. Yes, blue Pikmin will open up the world a lot for us, give us some options, and really let us build up populations in different ways. I'd like to get you guys on that, but more importantly, I think I need to get some reds at the ready. Because as you can see over here, we have a new enemy. These are called Fiery Blowhogs. Fiery Blowhogs only actually have one way of dealing damage. So if you leave one Pikmin on them, one red Pikmin specifically, they'll be fine. They breathe fire. And you see, red Pikmin are immune to fire. Even one red Pikmin will kill a Fiery Blowhog if given enough time. I'm actually just going to leave those guys there to get started on it. And yeah, more importantly, here we go. We can set you guys to this while I go gather everyone else. I forgot there was a second bridge there that needed worked on. But hey, what are you going to do? We don't have any bomb rocks to get this shortcut yet, so that is unfortunate, but we can't really do anything about it. There we go. There's this wall cleared out. Now that we have a lot more reds and a lot more yellows, I'd like to find some bomb rocks today. I remember one place where they are, but I'm not sure if we're going to get to that today. Did I just see... Oh, I thought I saw, like, some signs of a struggle going on somewhere. I was a bit worried. Alright, let's get this to work properly. There we go. That's going a lot faster. You guys go ahead and get to work there. Now, if you want to do this perfectly, what you'll do is you'll actually just whistle them off before he managed to throw them past, which would be ideal, but we're not shooting for ideal. We're just trying to get enough. Ooh. Those flames are getting a little too close for my taste. That is getting a little dangerous there for my blues and yellows here. Because blues and yellows are not immune to fire. There we go. Getting a few flowers here should make this a bit safer. Jesus, they are getting way too close. Alright. Reds, get to work on this. I want that guy dead. And as you can see, yeah, one can take them out, but it's a lot more efficient if you have a bunch of Pikmin on it. Now, what we want here is to take all of our blues. Actually, let's go ahead and get... Yeah, let's get our blues on it first. We're going to get all of our blues and set them to work on the space float. Because they have to get it out of the water so that other people can carry it. There we go. That should be just enough. Once I get carrying it, though, I want the reds to be the one to ultimately do it. because they're the ones who can safely travel through past the fiery blowhogs. There we go. Now we've got it fully out of there. Let's go ahead and get... Why did so many red just come back to me? Oh, right. They finished the fight. Fantastic. Good timing. So let's get 25 of you on this, and then we'll get 15 more on that thing up above. Come on. Don't let it slide back into the water. That's not what we want. Come on. Ooh, nope, that is the exact thing we didn't want to happen. Okay. Come on, get out of there, guys. Get out of there, get out of there. Oh, I don't know if they can. Okay, Blue Pikmin, get to work. Not what I wanted. Not the time, Olimar. Not the time, Olimar. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on, guys. Get out while you can. Okay. 2 of them, unfortunately, drowned. I can't fix that. Oh! You've got to be kidding me. Oh, I hate the Pikmin AI sometimes. Oh my god, stop checking the space float! Stop checking the space float! I didn't even press A that time! Come on, guys, get out, get out, get out! Okay. I think one of them died in there that time, but nope. How did another one of you get stuck in there? Come on, get over here. Jesus. Well, that was terrifying and lost us 3 Pikmin. Get over there. Get with the rest of yous. Alright, fine. Okay, we're going to do this a little bit different. Gonna get some reds and go up here for now. Ugh. Why do I hear things going on down there? Okay, it's just blue Pikmin trying to get that going. 10, 11, 12, 13? Yeah, that should be about 13 or 14 or so. That's fine. Okay. Blue Pikmin. Time to get to work. Come on, get it properly out of there this time. There you go. Now it shouldn't slide back in like it... Ugh, God, that was obnoxious. Oh, I didn't mean to call you guys off of there. Okay. Oh, the automatic gear. I haven't actually checked this thing. This thing chugs right along on its own pace, makes piloting much easier, giving me time to concentrate on the finer points of space travel. Lovely. Now let's get our reds back on that. It looks like they're taking a path that actually won't take them past the fiery blowhogs, which is reassuring. But I want to get all this carried back by nightfall. Okay, I'm just going to try setting them all to it and not worrying about the finer nuances. Oh, but no, I need blues. I need blues. Okay. Come on. Just toss like crazy. All of you guys need to get to work. Like, get as many on there as you can. Okay, now blues, come with me. Oh, you guys have no chance of making it back with that. Okay, you guys keep working on that. Hopefully you can make it back. You guys don't have a chance. So I'm gonna just whistle you back. Oh, I hope... Oh, did that go way too far? I have to assume... Yeah, I have to go back for the ones that are on the other part. Oh, don't work on things without asking me. No! Oh! Oh, they actually made it. Oh, God, that was close. I think we're gonna leave some Pikmin behind tonight. I don't know if those ones on the fiery blowhog managed to make it back. As thin cracks running through it, I'll try with some dirt. I hope they'll be alright. Oh, man, I messed this up in so many ways today. I am sorry, guys. I promise I've played this game before. I just need 5 more to increase. Okay. I don't know how many Pikmin are actually going to make it home safe tonight. I hope that I put enough on that fiery blowhog to be able to make it, but I'm not sure. There might be just some random ones scattered about as well. I forgot that warning saying it'll be night soon came a little bit later, so I would have time, but I guess I was wrong. Come on. No! Okay, the blue ones made it back fine, but at least one red was left behind. It was bound to happen eventually. 5 days since impact. Deep in the cave I discovered in the forest, I encountered blue Pikmin. These blue fellows have something resembling gills on their cheeks, and they appear to be amphibious, surviving both in water and on land. The wonders of nature never cease to stun me, even in this alien land. How many do we lose? We left 2 behind, and we lost 5, not in battle today, but to water, of all things. You usually don't have any Pikmin drown in a playthrough, maybe 1 or 2. But there's no helping that now. Well, that's unfortunate, but it happens. So, we could go right back. Unfortunately, we only got 1 part in the day, which is far from what I was hoping for. I was hoping to get at least 2. Now we've got all 3 types of Pikmin, though. We can be a lot more efficient about things and actually get things done properly. What I want to do, though, is go back to the impact site, because there's a part here we can now get. Now that we have all 3 Pikmin, we can get it. Also, this Pikmin has been in the ground since the beginning of the game. I left him behind on purpose, just because I could. And what we're going to do here, we're actually going to focus primarily on yellow Pikmin. Let's get about 20 of them. And I don't actually know how many, or what's going to be going on here. Okay, nothing. Well, the reason I decided to come back here, even though we're only going to get 1 part out of this, is because this area is basically a safe zone to replenish your Pikmin on days where you don't have, or if you want to spend a day replenishing Pikmin, you can spend it here. Now, do I recommend doing this? No. But I have been very inefficient this entire playthrough, and I want to make sure I get a bunch of blues so I can really get to work. Let's see. Oh, he disappeared into the ground. Oh, we managed to get a fair amount out of that one guy. Alright, we can actually set 5 of you to start carrying that back. Now, we've got bomb rocks here that weren't here before, and we're going to be using these to on that rock wall that is up here that we couldn't deal with previously. A few of those guys are getting stuck there. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. And let's get you guys back here. Oh, one of you didn't drop your bomb for some reason. Come on, just go ahead, and there we go. Now, we have some extra bombs here, and it's new enemies. I recall they are called, like, literally, like, clammy clamps or something like that. Or, no, pearly clamps. Alright, so that did a lot of damage to that wall, but didn't quite take care of it for us. These enemies are kind of special. I don't know how to describe them exactly, but you'll see. The biggest thing is we're going to want to deal with them with blue Pikmin primarily, which is what we're going to be spending most of today gathering. Let's go ahead and get these guys retrieved, though. And we've got that wall finished now up there. Yep, it's way up there. Unfortunately, can't call those Pikmin back from here. Let's actually grab 9 Pikmin for something we couldn't do before. There we go. Now you can see there's actually 3 of the 20 pellet posies up there. And our Pikmin got to work immediately on that. That is a geyser for us. We're going to go ahead and get them on this stick, and we can take the geyser up ourselves, and we can get access to all... Oh, wait, those are 10 pellets, not 20 pellets. I thought they were 20s for some reason. Either way, let's go ahead and get our yellows on that. And we're going to get all you guys on this stick if we can. And get back up there ourselves. So yeah, today's mostly going to be a Pikmin gathering day, but we are going to get 1 ship part, which off the top of my head I think is required. Yeah, let's just go ahead with that many on there and call it good. And may as well have the yellows just get to work on these pellet posies. I'm just going to let them go automatic. And we'll withdraw every one of our blue Pikmin now. There we go. And actually, let's not deposit that yellow one yet. Let's just go ahead and put our yellows away. Because we don't want too many of them on the field. I want to avoid plucking as much as I can by having them just automatically get deposited. Oh. Why are you over there attacking that? Okay, fine. Alright. Let's just get these guys all flowered up as quickly as possible to get things going. No, I have not yet killed the burrowing snagret. I managed to open the area to it, using, the semi-sequence break without blue Pikmin. But that's all I've done so far. Now, what we're going to want to do here, before anything else, we're going to take this one out. Now, what you want to do is throw a bunch of Pikmin on it, and then pull away. If any Pikmin that are inside there, no matter how many it is, will get killed as soon as that clamps down. So it's just going to take doing this over and over again. That's all there is to it. Oh, I think I mistimed that. Yeah, it caught a couple. Whoops. Sorry, I'm just trying to concentrate on this so I don't mess it up again. Can't get out of there. Okay, we got the pearl for that. And that's going to be the one that my yellows take back. So these pearls are special and are the real reason why this place is perfect for gathering Pikmin. Okay, there we go. We'll get them on that. And now I'm going to dismiss so I only have blues. Luckily, this open area is very convenient for doing that. And I'm going to get one of these pearls for my blue Pikmin as well. Now, unfortunately, the targeting on these pearls can be a bit wonky. So, it takes longer because your Pikmin don't actually start attacking immediately. Oh, come on, stop. Too late. Ooh, almost too late. Like, you see, they turn a bit pale there, which means they've been standing around and they just locked onto the closest thing they can work on. They're not actually locking on when they land. They have to, like, sit there for a second before they figure out they can hit that. Oh, a little too late, or a little too early there. Whew, this one's taking a while. Oh, I actually did not mean to throw there. Oh, I think I did it too late. Yeah, I missed one of them. The timing on this is a little bit brutal. It's why I tend to go earlier than later. Pretty much if it's already sitting still, then you're too late to recall. Like, it keeps going backwards, sits still for like half a second, but by the time it sits still, you already want them on their way back to you. Come on, get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh, I got greedy, greedy, greedy. Ah, too greedy. Not perfect. There we go. Get on back, guys. All right, now you three get these back, and we can have a lot of Pikmin. I believe those give like 30 or 40 Pikmin off the top of my head. Now let's go ahead and get you guys to work on this one, because as you can see, this one's a little bit different. That one is a ship part. Whew, you barely made it out of there, little guy. Now I find this one's angle is a bit better for getting it. Like, the one up there tends to be a bit weird, in that Pikmin take a while to get started on it. Like, this one I can usually do in like 3 or 4 cycles. There we go. Oh, I was way too late there. I think those Pikmin might all die. Oh, no. Found the positron generator! By combining batteries with solar power, this machine can generate incredible amounts of electricity. What a timely find. The instant space noodles will taste better heated up. Whew. Okay, everyone made it out just fine. And luckily we have just enough Pikmin to be able to take that back. So let's let them get to work on that. And yeah, as you can see... Ooh, actually, before those blues get to that, I want to withdraw as many reds as I can manage. Oh, there's already a... We're already at the field limit because, yeah, lot of yellows came in, as you can see. You're not making a Pikmin-related discovery, Olimar. You already discovered this twice. Yes, when we reach the limit of 100, that's the limit. Oh, wow, I should have let these guys stay in the ground a little bit longer. They're all about to turn into buds. Which is nice, I suppose. But I unfortunately need to get you guys withdrawn as quickly as possible. Also, I need... because I need to gather out all those new blues, because I want to, more than I want yellows or reds, I want my blue population to explode today. I want to gather everything here, matching or not, and give it to my blue Pikmin. Because if I can do that, I will have more than enough blues to handle any task in the game. I already have more than enough reds and more than enough yellows. I basically won't need to gather Pikmin unless I suffer a major loss. This electric generator is so powerful that if you approach it carelessly, you'll get an electric shock. I only need 4 more parts to go on to the next area. Which we can probably get all 4 parts in the Forest Naval tomorrow, I think. So let's go ahead and finish getting all these guys. There we go. Alright, yeah. I think I'm going to keep 20 reds out, just because, there is that 20 pellet, that red 20 pellet, and having more reds does not hurt me. So I'm just going to take enough for that. I know there's some yellows sitting around, lazing about, that I haven't really done anything about. But I'm not going to worry about them. There we go. We got 58 on the field. That seems a bit off, but whatever. We should be able to fill out the rest with blues so that no blues will be sitting in the ground. And we can properly get to work now. Alright, let's head out. We're just going to set blues to work on every little thing I can find. We got a yellow there, unfortunately. Let's try to get some of these blues flowered up with this nectar we gathered earlier. There we go. And now let's try... Unfortunately, the Pikmin are not very good at getting in lines in this game. Like, when you're trying to get them up a ledge like this, they almost always have several fail. Alright, now, we've got a few yellows here, and we've also got that 20 yellow pellet. Let's go ahead and get that. Oh, you know, we don't actually have enough yellows to get it. I forgot we're going to need all yellows just to pick it up. Well, I'm going to worry about that later because I want to get everything else done if I can. Okay. Let's try to grab that one yellow. That one yellow is creating problems. Oh my god. Fine, you can sit there for a little while. I just don't want you following me into the water. Let's grab a bunch of you onto there. That should be plenty. Takes care of that. Oh, and we had a little blue that got lost here. Okay. Well, that's everything that'll be up here. Yeah, let's forget about this yellow pellet for today, because we've got so many yellows right now. We don't ever need more than 10, or more than, like, 30 yellows at any given time. Oh, another iridescent flint beetle. That's convenient. Maybe I can use you to get a bit more nectar. Nectar is what I want. Yes, nectar. Fantastic. Let's try to make the most of that nectar right now, if we can. There we go. Got a bit more. And yes, you're absolutely right, Lightning. We need purples. Purples would be fantastic right now, but they don't exist in this game, unfortunately. And sadly, they don't exist in the story of Pikmin 3 either. I really am still a little bit miffed about Pikmin 3 not including every color of Pikmin, only in the bonus modes. Alrighty, yeah, let's get to work. I'm going to... Come on. No, stop that. I want all my reds to be put away. I want all my yellows to be put away, too. Okay, there we go. There, if we can do that, I can now get to work properly, I think. Well, I've said I can now get to work properly a couple times in this, but that's beside the point. Okay. We're going to get a few that are going to be in the ground, but that's fine. It's less than ideal, but I don't particularly care. Let's try to get 40 of you going up there. Actually, a little bit more than 40 if we can manage. There we go. Alright. Oh, why aren't you guys getting to work properly? Okay. Not what I intended, but alright. I'm just going to throw a bunch of them and trust... Right, can't ever trust them to do anything in this game because they won't get to work on it. Okay, what I need to do is dismiss you guys. Oh, come on. Okay, let's just get up here. Luckily, they got the blue pellet already. You guys need to get to work there. Don't worry about the other pellet posies. You guys just get to work. Oh, why is there more than one of you up there? Oh, I might be leaving a few in the ground because I don't want any to die. We will be back here at a later date, so that's not the end of the world. Okay, I just need to make absolutely certain... Oh, I can't pull up my map. Okay, I have to assume that I didn't leave any behind. I might have... And unfortunately, most of my new blue army is in the ground. That's not good. But I think I still have enough to be able to do everything I will need to, luckily. Okay, well, that's manageable. Not ideal, but manageable. Let's see, did any get left behind? None did. Fantastic. Just the ones in the ground, and they will be fine until next time. Alrighty, 6 days since impact. I've seen that at times the leaf atop Pikmin's head will grow into a bud and then a flower. It appears that if I do not pick Pikmin sprouts, they gradually bloom over time. Fascinating. This melding of plant and animal traits is surely unique in the nature world. I suppose so. I found the increased swiftness of the flower Pikmin to be tremendous benefit. Tremendous benefit. Also, my diligent observation has recorded instances in which flower Pikmin lost in battle have left seeds behind. This is why days after fierce battles, I occasionally find sprouts growing. So this is a mechanic that only exists in the first game, and I always forget about it. Yeah, if flowers are killed, they might leave behind seeds, which is fascinating and actually really interesting that Pikmin can exist without the onion, which is a very interesting concept. Either way, though, our numbers overall went up massively. We now have 100 blue Pikmin in the onion, which is good. We sprouted nearly 200 in a single day and only lost 3. Overall, I call that a pretty productive day. Now, well, we're reaching the 2-hour mark. I might... Yeah, I suppose I need to end this off for now. Oh, but it feels so good to be playing this game again, I've got to say. It's been fantastic. I think I will continue playing this game throughout the week. I'll try to get in some streams on the weekdays. Usually I start around 2 o'clock West Coast time if y'all want to tune in. So thank you guys very much for watching. For those of you who will be watching this on YouTube, I'm going to leave a link in the description for how you can get to my Twitch if you guys want to watch this live. Hopefully we can get everyone in here and get some of my old viewership back that I used to have before. I'm sorry it's taken so long, guys, but this is what I like to do now. Oh, MiloCat, thank you. Oh, no, that's MiloCat. Sorry, I thought that was Lightning who tried to follow. Okay, no, I thought it said a minute ago. MiloCat followed a month ago. My mistake. I actually haven't had any new followers in quite some time. Anyway, though, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for more Pikmin. I think we're going to finish this game in one continuous playthrough. See you guys later. Bye-bye.